Hi everyone, welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti. It is good to see you. And we begin with a check of the forecast. It was certainly a foggy start to the day for some areas. Regan Gallo is in for Thomas today, and let us know, what can we expect? It's been so foggy the last couple of days, kind of like soupy.
Yeah, no, very foggy. Hi, Laura, and good afternoon for everyone at home. So we saw a lot of fog this morning in areas of the Spokane, the Columbia Basin, all the way to Bonners Ferry, and then down through Lewiston and Grangeville. That fog is kind of going to continue throughout the day, and it's really going to stick around throughout this week. We're going to have dry conditions, cloudy conditions for the most part with that fog. And even though it's drier out, because of that fog, we're getting a lot of moisture in the air, which means at night when those temperatures dip below to those freezing temperatures, then we're going to get those slick roads. So just still be really prepared when you're on your commute in the morning and at night. Give yourself lots of distance, have those low beams on, and then also for the rest of today, it's pretty much going to be cloud coverage and maybe a little bit of sun this afternoon.
All right, Regan, thank you so much. It is 12:01 right now. 4 years after a violent mob stormed the Capitol and interrupted Congress as lawmakers then were gathering to certify Joe Biden's presidential win, it was certainly a much different scene today. Congress convened just a short time ago, this time to certify Donald Trump's 2024 presidential election win. Natalie Brand reports now from Washington, D.C.
The electoral ballot boxes made their way through the Capitol Monday as Congress convened to certify Donald Trump's 2024 presidential win. Vice President Kamala Harris, the candidate Trump defeated, presided over the joint session.
The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes.
It comes exactly 4 years after a mob of Trump supporters stormed the Capitol to try to stop the certification of Joe Biden's presidential victory.
I hope that some of them might feel a ping from it if they see me.
Washington, D.C. police officer Daniel Hodges, who was beaten in a doorway during the riot, attended today's session as a guest of Democratic Senator Adam Schiff.
It would be my honor to make it as uncomfortable as possible for the GOP members who try to whitewash that day and lie about what happened and pretend that we didn't save them.
Nearly 1,600 people have been charged for their roles in the January 6th attack, some carrying weapons like bear spray, knives, and flagpoles. Of those, 1,000 have pleaded guilty and 600 were charged with assaulting or resisting police. With President-elect Donald Trump set to take office in a few weeks, the federal election interference case against him has been dropped. On the eve of today's certification, supporters of January 6th defendants held their nightly vigil outside the Washington, D.C. jail.
It was not an insurrection. It was the people going to the Capitol to voice their opinion.
Trump has pledged pardons for the rioters, but he's yet to specify if it will be for all or just some. Critics warn that would undermine the criminal justice system and rule of law. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Also new today, President-elect Donald Trump has asked a judge to halt this week's sentencing in his New York hush money case. The sentencing is scheduled for Friday, a little over a week before Trump will be sworn in for a second term. Trump's lawyers are asking that the judge to halt the sentencing while they appeal the verdict. Trump was convicted on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. He maintains he did nothing wrong. Also, this is coming in new today. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announcing that he will resign as Liberal Party leader. Trudeau says he intends to remain Prime Minister until a new leader is chosen. It does mark the first change in Canadian leadership in almost a decade. At least 24 members of Parliament had asked Trudeau to step down. Spokane police say one person was shot in the Logan neighborhood. It took place at the Nom Nom at Perry in Illinois last night. Police say the person that was shot ran away from the scene. Police later found them and transported them to the hospital. The shooter, however, stayed at the scene to cooperate with police. Major Crimes is investigating. Police say there is no danger to the community. The NAACP Spokane branch is asking for your help after a photo of someone in what appears to be Ku Klux Klan attire has been circulating on Facebook. The branch president, Lisa Gardner, says the image was captured by a residential security camera in Colbert. Gardner says they do not know any context of the picture, which is why they are asking the community if anyone out there has any information.
This is not something to joke with. This is not something to make light of. It's not something that we take lightly, and we want to make sure that our community is safe and that we have a safe and peaceful MLK Day March.
The NAACP asks anyone with information to contact local authorities right away. A popular Spokane restaurant is closing for a few days to make some repairs after flooding related to a fire. O'Doherty's made the announcement on Facebook last night, saying they will be closed today through Wednesday for renovations. Last month, you may remember, a fire broke out in an apartment above O'Doherty's. Water caused damage to the apartments and several businesses, including the restaurant, Boo Radley's and Petunia and Loomis. Idaho Governor Brad Little is delivering his State of the State address. This is a live look at the Idaho House chambers, where Little is now speaking. Today is the first day of the legislative session going on in Idaho, where school choice and tax cuts are expected to be major topics for lawmakers over the next few months. On Friday, Little said education is his top priority. And if you would like to watch the governor's State of the State address, we are streaming it live right now on KREM 2+.